Everybody, it's Melissa with Sunday Chats with Melissa, and I'm popping on today to do a quick eye and a red lip. My hair is doing what it wants to do today. It is a very, very rainy day here in Virginia, and there's no sense in me doing anything with my hair on a rainy day. I look a little bit like Princess Leia. It's probably not the look that I'm going for today. So I don't know, that's gonna look really cute with my red lips. So let's just remedy that right quick. You know, sometimes the best laid plans. I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope that by now you've watched some of my videos and have learned something or have taken away a little nugget of knowledge that you didn't previously have. I hope that for those of us who are aging, that I am giving you some tips that you can use daily to just kind of change the way your skin looks, change the way your makeup feels, changes the way that you see yourself. Because, you know, as we mature, we actually get a little drier, and so we have to adjust things. So anyway, I've already started out much better. I've already started out putting on my PM lotion, my CeraVe, is it French? So my PM lotion, I use this morning and night because, oh, sorry for that noise, because I think it's a great moisturizer for me for the winter time and the changes of my skin. But as with any product, if you notice it's no longer doing that, then you switch it up and try something else. But for me, that's really working well. Also, I'm going to apply my base tape, which is my primer that is really, really helpful in keeping your makeup where it stays put. The best tape is by Tarte, and it's one of my new purchases that I happen to really like. I also like the way it smells, and I'm a real weirdo when it comes to like smells. If a lipstick or foundation smells weird to me, also going to use a double duty Tarte setting spray. This smells delicious too. Just lightly do that. I'm just going to let that set while I chit chat with you and tell you a few things. I'm going to go back to an old staple of mine as far as foundation, and that's my Bare Minerals. If you're not familiar with it, it's a mineral-based makeup, and it has been around for years. My color is medium beige. I use this for, I couldn't tell you how long. I think I might have shared with you in another video that my mom said I really wasn't very good at blending. So when I found Bare Minimals, I was like, sweet, I don't have to anymore. So I haven't used it in a while just because I'm trying out different things, but I'm going to bring out Old Faithful. And also one of my most favorite and most used products of Bare Minerals is Bisque. And I like this bisque, and I also like the Summer Bisque. It is a great coverage for red areas. It's a great concealer if you have a boo-boo. I find for me, if I have a little boo-boo and put some bisque on it before I go to sleep the night before, that it oftentimes is very helpful for said boo-boo. I don't know that it's made for that, but it works for me. So that's what I'm going to be using today as far as foundation. I have used the Kabuki brush to put on my Bare Minerals foundation for years. So I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to use my Kabuki brush, which has a nice flat top and a really dense bristle. So the way I use my Bare Minerals, well, first I'm going to put my bisque on. So let me do that. And I'm going to use my, I love this brush. It's the Airbrush Flawless Complexion one. I think this might have a little bit of blush where I blended it. So just let me get my brush level out. Whoop, and clean this off really quickly while we talk. My cloth is, it's missing. Anyway, I used it to blend today. So it has a little bit of color on it that I do not want mixed in with my blush. But this is a great brush. It's dual-ended, so you can blend with the large part, and then you can use the little tiny part to get into your small spaces. So I'm going to put some bisque in the lid, and you do not need a lot. I mean, like, really, this is more than you're going to need. And I'm just going to tap inside the lid and then knock off the excess. And I am going to lay this down by stippling instead of dragging, because I don't need anything across this face drug. I don't need to be drug at all. All right, so I'm just going to stipple anywhere that I have some discoloration or some redness. I'm just going to stipple that right in, and then use some small circles so that you can see the coverage. Okay. It really does not take a lot of the bisque at all. All right, and then I'm going to go in with my medium beige, which is the color for me. Bare Minerals comes in a ton of colors, so you shouldn't have any problem finding one that fits you. And if you don't find one that fits you perfectly, you can always mix them. I know Ulta carries this. QVC carries it at a great price. You can get it on auto delivery. But if you wanted to go and try out some colors to maybe mix one, you might want to head to the Ulta and try that out and get them there the first time. And try it out and see if you like it. So I did the same thing with the foundation. I just, I am putting that down under my eyes with this brush. And then I'm going to move to my Kabuki brush, and I'm really going to buff it in all the way around. And I know that we as women find a lot of fault in ourselves that no one else sees and that no one else notices. But oftentimes that doesn't matter, because it's what we see and how we feel about ourselves that's really important. And so I have a lot of pores here. I do have some a mask that I use that is very helpful. It's also by IT. Or is it Philosophy? I'll pop off and get it in just a second. But I use it, I try to use it a couple of times a week on the nights where I'm home, and then I can just kind of sit with it on while I'm watching TV. And it is helpful, but you're going to have pores. I mean, you just are. So now I'm going to come in with this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores, and this is translucent. And I'm going to go back to using the small brush that I used to put my bisque down, and I'm just going to use this, knock off the excess, and just press it anywhere that I feel like my pores are asking me out to dinner. They're just open and looking at me. And that for me is here across my nose and right here on my cheeks. I happen to like this product. I do think that it needs to be worked in small amounts at a time. It can be very drying, and if you're not careful, if you put it somewhere where you have a lot of wrinkles, it can set in there. I'm just going to click off this light and see if that's, I don't know, that might be a little bit more helpful. I feel like it's kind of bright with that on. But I think the glare is bad. Okay, there we go. Now, so I have my foundation set, and I'm just going to very quickly, this is not a blush and bronzer tutorial. I can do one of those another time. But I'm using my Hello Cheekbones by IT and the fancy brush that came with. And I'm just going to highlight and highlight and bronze at the same time. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to blend it and knock some things over on my hair stand while I'm at it. Okay. Alrighty. Now for what we've been waiting for. Oh, I'm going to use a little bit of blush. What do I want to use? What do I want to use? What do I want to use? Oh, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use one in this kit. Okay. So I got this super cute kit. It's a Laura Geller kit. Is that backwards? No. There you go. So it's Flirty Friday, Saturday Style, and Sunday Fun Day. It came in a kit all together. It's Laura Geller, if you can see that. But all three came together, and I'm going to use Flirty Friday. I really like the colors in here. It's real small. It's like the size of your hand, but it packs a punch. It has a little mirror there. It has all those beautiful colors in it, and I happen to really like this little kit. It would be great to throw in your purse for touch-ups if you wanted to do that later, or, you know, touch up during the day, or if you were going to go out in the evening, throw in the Saturday one, and maybe you just blend in something else, carry a few brushes with you. Nothing too difficult because we're being simple. All right, so I'm going to take the very top left shadow, and it's called Pink Powder. Excuse me. And I'm going to lay that down just eyelash to eyebrow. I think the last time I did this, I said eyelash to eyelid. That's not very far at all. Not very far at all. Okay. Excuse me. And I'm going to use one of my Eco Tools that has this nice loose brush bristle here, and it's double-ended, and it has one for a liner. I have a little bone. And I'm going to use the Sangria Seduction. So pretty. It's this one here. Super cute. And this is just a real simple eye. Like, this is just out the door. I'm not doing anything special today. I'm just going to work, and it's raining, and I'm going to throw on my rain boots and raincoat, and then I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm not doing a lot. We don't want dark. We don't want a lot of sparkle. We don't need a heavy eyeliner. We don't need to do any of those things for a simple eye. Okay. And then I'm going to take the soft topaz that's here, and I'm just going to touch up on the inside to give it a little lift on the inside of my eyes, because as we age, it's always nice to have that opened up right. I did not put on a primer on my lid. I usually do use the Color Tattoo. I did not do that today. I also have a couple other concealers that are new that I've been trying out that I'm going to do a tutorial for. I didn't put anything on today. This is quick, simple, out the door. Okay. And then out of this same kit, I'm going to use the blush that's called Lovesick. And it's so super cute. It's a kind of a soft coral. I love it. It matches my sweater that I have on today. It's actually like a little sweatshirt, and it is super cute. It's Logo. If you're not familiar with Logo, get familiar. Maybe I'll do a little Logo thing. They're known for their layers. It's called Logo Layers is what a lot of their clothes are called. But it's sold on QVC. I don't think it's sold anywhere else, but it is my mainstay for most of my outfits. I usually have on some Logo. They have jewelry, they have shirts, they have pants, they have the whole 9 yards. But if you want to make me happy, show up with some Logo and some leggings and some Crocs, and I'm set. That's exactly what I had on today on this rainy day. All right, so I'm going to take one of my Sparkle It brushes that I love. And I'm going to start with my blush back here, and I'm just going to bring that down. I want to make sure I don't get any here where I have a little bit of wrinkles. And I also don't want too much down here where my pores are. I don't want it sitting there. All right, and then I'm going to do on the other side. And then I will take my large brush and I will blend that in. Blend that in. All right, there's a really pretty light color here that I'm going to use as a highlighter. It's called Fields of Gold. And I'm just going to lay that right on the top of my blush. And I'll do a little bit of my hairline and on my nose, maybe on my chin, just a little bit. There, real simple. Again, Flirty Friday, everything you need right in there. I really would like to line my eyes with a brush today. Not a brush, with a liner. So I'm going to use this 24/7 Urban Decay. Love this so much. This is called Alkaline. And I'm going to make sure that it's nice and sharp, and I'm just going to go real tight into my eyelashes. I'm not going to swoop out at the side or go over it with powder. I just want it to be real tight to my eyelashes. And just a tiny bit underneath. Okay. All right. Then, never to be let down by great mascara, I will use my It Blowout, which my friend Kelly said she picked up today for my recommendation, and I hope she loves it as much as I do. I told her the first time I used it, I was a little and I think it's because the brush is so thick. I wasn't accustomed to such a thick brush. I was accustomed to my Superhero It brush, and I wasn't accustomed to this one, so it took me a little while. So Kelly, if you're watching and you're used to a smaller brush, don't be hating on my blowout. Just give it a little time and figure out the best way to work those giant bristle brushes. There we go. And normally I wouldn't do 2 lashes. I would. I'm lying. I would so do 2 lashes. I always go in with my tight line and separate, so I get a little wider look for my eyelashes. And I can also grab my bottom ones so they look like they exist. And you know, it was January, so if you are on the same schedule I am, you need to toss out your mascara and replace it, because we do that quarterly. Okay, so now the most important thing of all. So this is like real simple, real cool, real cute, or whatever. Let me grab some glasses so I can do this. Okay, all right, here we are. So we're going to do the perfect red lip. Now, there are steps to this, and that will make this a much easier and much more successful project. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is wipe off any foundation or blush or lotion or anything that might have dropped down on our lips. And then, just to be safe, we're going to, if I can find it, here it is, right in front of me. We're going to pop on a little lip exfoliator just to make sure. I like a matte lipstick. So if you're like me and you like a matte lipstick, you need to make sure that your lips aren't chapped, that they're not peeling or any of that jazz, because nothing can wreck a lip worse than chapped lips and a matte lipstick. There's really not much more that can wreck that as fast as that. Okay, let me change these glasses. All right, hold on. I'm coming. No, not those. Sorry. Okay, here we are. I'm back. Okay. All right, I needed to see. I couldn't see in those. And this is very, very important. This is very important work. Okay. I'm going to pop on my EOS Sweet Mint, just the tiniest bit of lip balm, just to moisten your lips. You don't want too much on there, because then it makes everything slippery, and no good comes from a slippery red lipstick. Except red teeth and red chins. Okay. Now I'm going to take my ColourPop lippy pencil, and this one is in the color Bossy. I think I've used this one before. I actually just used it alone. If you can see that. All right, and I'm just going to line. This one has the little where you screw it up. Maybe. So I can't talk to you while I do this. I'm going to do it really quickly. Now, if you have any type of lines that come from your lips, or any scars from like sun damage or anything like that, you can get a clear lip pencil and go on the outside of your lips and line them, and that would keep anything from sliding out. Okay, all right. So there's different ways that you can do this. Some people like to put a little bit of powder on, just to kind of set things, and you're more than welcome to do that if you want to. I personally don't like that. I feel like if you choose the right lipstick, you're going to be fine as frog hair. So I have several red lipsticks that I like. The one that I really like is called F-Bomb. Of course I do. From Urban Decay, if you can see that. I love that. I also have this little beauty from Urban Decay also, and it's called Jilted. And that's a little bit of a pinky red, but it's also a little Urban Decay. And then I have Ruby Woo from MAC, and it's right here. And it's actually quite pretty. And it's a nice little matte. Ruby Woo is a little bit dry. So you have to be careful with that. But I actually think I'm going to lay down the Ruby Woo first. And I'm just going to follow my lip line. Ruby Woo is an oldie but goodie. Okay? All right, that's good. I'm going to let that set. You can do two things. I love this new L'Oreal All Day Wear. This one is red, and it's called, oh Lord, I got to put the light on. Hold on. Oh, I'm Worth It. Oh, there, you can see the red lip a little better. This one is the L'Oreal I'm Worth It, and this is the Kat Von D one that I had used before, and it is named Bachelorette. So, both of those are kind of a creamy, go on, stay all day. I think I'm going to do the L'Oreal one because I have done that Kat Von D one before, but it's a great one that goes on and stays on. So once your Ruby Woo is kind of, you gave it a little time to sit down. I love this L'Oreal. I love the doe foot on this L'Oreal wand. If you can see it. See how it's angled? It gives you a really nice angle to lay down your lipstick. So I'm just going to do that. And then do the top. And that's it. That is it. That is your easy eye and red lip tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Until we meet again.